Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Shadow welcomes you as well. She's in the house with me today. While Amy's at work, she's my kitty, I guess. She's wanting me to go snuggle with her. But I told her we have to do a video first. And today I wanted to talk to you all about prepping for the pandemic again. I know it's been around for about 18 months, almost 2 years, probably right at 2 years. I don't remember. It's been so long. It feels like forever. But I've done videos before on how to prepare for the pandemic. You can go back through my videos and watch those. But I just wanted to, I guess, do a refresher, do a reminder for my new subscribers, as well as those of us who have gone through the high numbers, the illness itself maybe, and you feel like things were getting better. Cases were way down. I know in my community, our cases were down to almost none. And you kind of get a sense of comfort. You kind of get a sense of, oh, cool, we're back to normal. We don't need to wear our mask. We don't need to do this. We can go where we want and do what we want because our numbers are down. We beat this thing. Well, then, and I know it's different in every area. I know, my sister lives in Minnesota, and it's different where she lives than where I live. And wherever you live, I'm sure it's different for you than it is in my community. And I think that's the thing that's been on my mind that I wanted to share with you all. My husband is a very wise person, and I tend to hear things in the news and just, and he keeps emphasizing to me to don't focus on the national news or the world news or the media that is so contradictory right now. You hear one thing, and then you hear just the opposite, and what they tell us to do now, 2 weeks later, that's all going to change, and they're going to tell us something else. And that can cause confusion, that can cause fear, that can cause a lot of things that are not good for us to be able to do the best for our families. So what Brent has told me is we need to focus on our community, focus on our local news, our local hospitals, what's going on in our area, what's going on, what's our health department reporting, what are our hospitals telling us, and then that's how we need to act. And I would say the same to you. Watch your local news. Talk to your healthcare officials in your hospitals or your doctor's offices, and just get the feel for what's going on in your area, and then use that information to prepare your family. My hair is doing a thing today, isn't it? Okay, but so that's the main thing I wanted to say, because we've listened to this for well over a year, probably close to 2 years now. We've heard it and heard it and heard it. And in my community now, our numbers are going up. I have a friend who had it. Her whole family had COVID, and they recovered, and then she got it and was very sick. They thought she was going to die a couple of times. Her family would gather on the parking lot at the hospital and hold prayer vigils for her. And I'm not sure how long she was in intensive care on a ventilator, but she did recover. She had to learn to walk again. She has had to learn so many things that we all take for granted. COVID just took it right out of her. And now she's at home. She's off oxygen. She is recovering. She's doing better. But she's struggling with neuropathy. She still struggles. She's still in therapy. I have another friend who contacted the virus, and she passed away because I'm not sure what the complications are. Well, yes, I am. She got COVID. She got bad, had to go to the hospital. She was on a ventilator. She developed, she had high blood pressure, was a health issue for her. And she ended up having a stroke and didn't recover. She passed away shortly before Christmas. So that's been my experience. I also have friends who had it and didn't even know they had it. They would not have known that they had it except family members were sick with it, and so therefore they had to get tested, and they tested positive with absolutely no symptoms, nothing. And so that's the thing about this nasty little virus, I call it. everyone has a different story to tell. Everyone has a different experience with it. It could be more minor than a cold, or it can kill you. So that's what's difficult. It's hard to explain, it's hard to understand, but we do know some things that we can do ahead of time. We can be prepared for it. And that's how I cope with all things in my life. I try to be aware and be prepared. I prepare for it, and then I don't worry about it. So I wanted to go back over, review some things that if we're healthy and not sick with it right now, we need to be preparing in case we do get it. And I did a video on freezer meals. I made a big batch of homemade chicken broth, and I froze it in little individual Ziploc bags in my freezer, because it's very good to drink warm drinks with COVID. You shouldn't drink cold. You should be drinking warm, like hot tea, warm chicken broth, things like that. And the warm chicken broth has a healing effect. It's as you breathe in the steam and everything. So that's something I did. Also, I put some meals in the freezer in case I do get sick. Brent and Amy will have easy meals to fix without having to eat out or worry about what to have when mom's not able to cook. So that's one thing I did. Yeah, this is I'm looking at my notebook to try to remember what I wanted to go over today. 2 categories I have in my notebook: prevention and prepare. And for preparing, besides the freezer meals, of course, having your food on hand, and think about what you might need if you're sick, so you don't have to run to Walmart or run to the store to get things. Have about a 2-week supply of food on hand. Hopefully, as preppers, we have more than 2 weeks supply on hand, but for those of us who are beginning preppers, or those of us who don't think we need to be preppers, at least have a 2-week supply in your pantry. It's good to have a blood pressure cuff to be able to check blood pressure. It's good to have I can't remember what it's called, pulse ox. It goes on your finger and it measures your oxygen saturation in your blood. And if that number gets below 90, you need to go to the hospital for help. So one of those things is a pulse oximeter. I can't remember, but anyway, you can get those at CVS, Walgreens, medicine shop. Get one. Have one in your first aid kit. That's very important. You need vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B complex, zinc. Those are all helpful for fighting not only COVID, but any other sickness that might come our way. And that's also important to remember. COVID's not the only thing out there that's going to make us sick. I've been sick 2 or 3 times this year, and I have not had COVID, but I've been pretty sick. Last summer I tested negative for COVID, but I was positive for rhinovirus. And they said that's the virus that causes the common cold. Well, let me tell you, I had more than a common cold. Brent said he has never seen me so sick. So be prepared for other illnesses as well. A good probiotic would be good to have in your medical kit. You will need Tylenol for pain and fever, Mucinex for the drainage and the cough associated with COVID. Pepsid will help with leg cramps. And you should take 1 baby aspirin a day. That would be an 81 milligram aspirin. You can get that at Walmart, very inexpensive. That will help prevent blood clots. And that does seem to be a problem with some people with COVID. So those are the things we would need to do to prepare. And as far as just going about our daily lives right now, what our family's doing, because our numbers are back up, we know it's climbing. There's a new variant, the Omicron, or I don't know how to say it, but it's out there and it's supposed to be super contagious. So we are wearing our masks again. We are using hand sanitizer before we leave our car and before we get in our car. I don't go very many places, but when I do, that's my go-to. I have a bag in my car that has Lysol, N95 mask, rubber gloves, Lysol wipes, things I think I might need when I'm out and about, just in case, whatever. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We are taking precautions again, just to be safe, just because. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to come on and talk to you all about today, is just a little reminder that we still aren't out of the woods. Your numbers could be down today and up again next week. And I think it's important to keep ourselves as healthy as possible. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I had to talk about today. And I'm enjoying my no spend eating from my pantry week. I cleaned out my refrigerator yesterday, and I did not show you that because that was too humiliating. Oh my goodness, the things I found in my refrigerator. It was a scary adventure, let me tell you. But I did find a green pepper, a nice fresh green pepper, and a package of chicken breast yesterday when I fixed my meal last night. I always have rice and chicken broth in my prepper pantry. So tonight for dinner, I'm going to make chicken and rice pilaf. And I will show you a picture of that on my video I do on the 7th. So, oh, there goes Shadow again. She's missing Amy. Amy sits and holds her and just spoils her rotten. So, okay guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you're having a great week. I hope you are staying healthy. I hope you're doing well. And I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.